So hello friends, in last session we have just comment on the mutability and immutability of the fundamental data types. So as per the yesterday's discussion, right, uh, uh, we have conclude some, right, something we conclude. So what's our conclusion is? Our conclusion is the fundamental data types are immutable in nature. Okay, the fundamental data types are immutable in nature, right? So again, let me tell you one example so that how the fundamental data types are immutable, that will be covered, and also you come to know that how the fundamental data types can be reusable. Okay, how it can be reusable. Reusable means what? We can use the fundamental data types. There are the 5 fundamental data types. We can use them multiple times, right? So reusability is there. So let me give that example also. Let me tell you first. Let me revise the yesterday's things, right? So suppose your x is a variable, and suppose you wrote x is equals to, suppose you write x is equals to 10. What it means, friend? What it means exactly? So x is a variable which is pointing towards, x is a variable which is pointing towards the object. The value of this object is 10. Okay, right? Suppose now, if you want, suppose, right, let me increase my voice. Okay, is it okay? My voice is it okay, friends? Is it okay? Can you face any problem? Do you face problem?
Yes, sir.
Are you facing any problem? Is it okay? Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. Okay, so suppose x is equals to 10, right? So x is a variable. We have assigned a 10 value to the x variable, right? So what it means actually inside the Python virtual machine, what it means exactly? It means x is a variable which is pointing towards the x, which is pointing toward the object. The object value is a 10. Now let's suppose now I mention x is equals to 20. Now let's suppose I mention x is equals to 20. Now what it means, friends? What it means? Now onward x is not pointing towards the 10. Now onward x is not pointing towards the 10, but x is now pointing towards the 20, right? It means what? X is pointing towards the 20, right? We are not changing this memory location value, friends. We are not changing this memory location value. Just x is pointing towards the different memory location, or just x is pointing towards the different object. That is called as immutability. Means this memory location value, this object value is not changing in nature. Okay, it is fixed, right? It is fixed. So we are not going to change this memory location or this object value, right? That's why, what's our final conclusion? The fundamental data types. What's the data type of this x? Integer is the data type. So what is the conclusion? The fundamental data type, right? The fundamental data type is always immutable in nature. Immutable means non-changing in nature. Okay, so let me tell you one more example so that things will be very clear. Let me discuss various cases, right? Let me discuss the various cases. So now the case is, friend, let me discuss the first case. Suppose I mention x is equals to, let's say x is equals to 10. Let's say, or I will give one example. Okay, suppose everyone knows the voter registration system, friends. Voter registration system, for example, some geographical area I will consider. This is our geographical area. I will consider the geographical area Chennai, right? Chennai, it is a geographical area. Some means number of peoples living in Chennai. Let me consider the another geographical area. Let me consider the Bangalore, right? Bangalore, right? So let's say, suppose voter 1, V1, V2, and V3, right? V3 up to, there are, let's say there are in Chennai metropolitan area, there are 1 crore voters are there. Let's suppose there are 1 crore voters are there. Okay, voter 1 registered in Chennai. So definitely the object is Chennai. Friends, listen carefully. Definitely the object is Chennai. Definitely the object is Chennai, right? Hotar 2 also registered. So definitely Hotar 2 pointing toward the Chennai, right? Hotar 3 is also pointing toward the Chennai, right? And let's suppose 1 crore, total 1 crore, all the Hotars are pointing toward the Chennai. Now suppose if there is a no concept of, if there is no concept of, if there is a no concept of immutability, friends, if there is no concept of immutability, right, what will happen? I will tell you, right? Suppose now Hotar 2 is changing its value, friends. Hotar 2 wants to change, means Hotar 2 is moving at Bangalore. Hotar 2 is moving at Bangalore, right? Bangalore, he is moving at Bangalore, Hotar 2. What will happen if there is a if there is a no immutability? The Chennai word will be replaced by Bangalore. Friends, listen carefully. The Chennai will be replaced with the Bangalore, right? What will happen? Because of this Hotar 2, because of this Hotar 2, all other voters, which are registered for Chennai accidentally change with the Bangalore. Listen carefully. All other voters which were registered for Chennai accidentally all are now Bangalore, right? Suppose voter 3 shift to the Hyderabad right now, right? So again Bangalore will be replaced by HYD, let's say Hyderabad. So all 1 crore voter, what will happen with them? All are now registered with the Hyderabad. Okay, that's the problem. That's why immutability is important. That's why immutability is important. Because of immutability, what will happen? Let me tell you. Because of immutability, what will happen? Let's say this V2 is now changes location to the Bangalore. Now he will be pointing toward the Bangalore. Now he is not pointing toward the Chennai. He is not pointing toward the Chennai. That's the reusability of object. Okay, others are enjoying with the Chennai. V1 is with the Chennai, V3 is with the Chennai, rest of the 1 crore voters are with the Chennai, no problem. Now this voter 2 is migrated at Bangalore, means what? He is pointing towards the Bangalore, right? Because of this immutability concept, what will happen? We can handle the object properly. We can handle all the object properly. Application is in front of your eyes, right? Application is in front of your eyes. I'm just saying you what the importance of immutability is. Okay, it is very clear from this example, friends, right? So that's why immutability is very much important in the Python, right? In the Python, therefore there is a immutability. So let me give one example of the reusability. From this example, you come to know that, friends, from this example, you come to know that V1, then V3, and rest of the 1 crore voters are reusing the Chennai object. All are reusing the Chennai object. But V2 is shifting to the Bangalore. That's why he is using the Bangalore object. Now, let's suppose there are the number of voters in Bangalore. Definitely, they are using the Bangalore object, okay, inside the Bangalore city, right? So this is called as the reusability of the object, friends. Okay, let me give one example, right? I think this example is important. That's why I will put this example into the notes, right? Our running notes, so that whenever you will see this example, you come to know that what's the importance of reusability. Okay, that's for your reference sake. I just paste this example right into the notes. Okay, let me tell you another example. Okay, same example, same analogy, right? Suppose x is equals to, suppose what I want to write here, let's suppose x is equals to 10. What it means? Okay, let me tell you the reusability concept. X is equals to 10, or I will mention in simple word, instead of taking the integer example, I will take the example of city. Okay, so let's suppose let's suppose, one second, control y, let's consider Hotar 1 is equals to he is from Chennai, so definitely Chennai, right? CH I will provide. Hotar 2 is also registered with Chennai, right? Then Hotar 3 is also registered with the Chennai, right? Example, listen carefully. He is registered with Chennai. right? So voter 4, let's suppose voter 4 is also registered with Chennai. Okay, Chennai. This is the case, friend. This is the case. What it means, friends? V1 is pointing towards the object. The object value is a Chennai. Object value is a Chennai. Voter 2 is doing the same thing. Voter 3 is doing the same thing. Voter 3 is pointing towards the Chennai, and voter 4 is also pointing towards the Chennai, right? He is also pointing toward the Chennai. So let me take in the form of example, okay, so that the things will be very clear. So voter 1, right, Chennai, CH, I will just write CH. Voter 2 is equals to CHA, Chennai. Voter 3 is equals to Chennai, CH, right? Voter 4, so it is not possible to write 1 crore voter. So let me take few sample, Chennai, okay. So let me check the ID of, ID, print, ID, right? ID of V1, right? Voter 1 ID. Again, let me repeat the same thing for the rest of the voters, okay. Let me repeat the same thing with the rest of the voters, okay. Let me change the value. It's the voter 2, voter 3, and then voter 4, okay. Voter 1, voter 2, voter 3, voter 4, okay, friends. This is the which data type it is. It is a string, friend. It is a string. So string is also the fundamental data type. Everyone know string is also the fundamental data type, right? CHE, okay, no problem. CHE, I will, okay. Sorry for that, for your right. CHE, no problem. Okay. So it is a string data type. It is a string data type, right? CHE in the one means it is called as what? It is called as parenthesis. Not parenthesis. It is called as what? What it is? Can you? I just forget the name. What is this? Right? Quotation, single quote, right? Single quote. Whatever in the single quote, it is called as a string, right? So all are the strings, V1, V2, but value are the same. Means what? V1 is pointing toward the CHE, V2, V3, and V2 or V4 also pointing toward the same object. Okay. So let me check. So definitely the memory ID means memory location of the object must be same in all the cases. Is it same or not? Let me check. So py test dot py. You can see, friends. You can see the result. The memory location, all the memory locations are same. Means what, friends? All the memory locations are same. You can see that, friends. That means the same object is reusing multiple times. So we can reuse the same object multiple times. It means, friends, we can reuse the same object multiple times. That is the concept of reusability, right? So now let me change, friend. Let me change what I will do right now. I will now voter 3. Let me change the value of voter 3, right? Voter 3 is now belongs to, let's suppose, Delhi or Bangalore or HYD. HYD stands for Hyderabad. Now he is shifting to the Hyderabad. Now what will happen? Let me check its ID. Print ID of V3. Now print ID of V3, right? ID of V3. Let me no, not V3. Yes, it's V3. Now let me check the ID of V3. What will happen in that case? So diagrammatically, let me tell you, this V3 this V3 is changing its city. V3 voter changing its city. So now onward, his city will be, right, HYD. HYD stands for Hyderabad. Definitely, friend. Definitely, the ID for the Hyderabad will be different, right? The ID for the Hyderabad will be different. Whatever I just mentioned, same thing happen, right? Same thing will be happen. Let me check whether whatever I committed it is correct or not. Let me check. You can see, friend. Okay. Let me check. You can see now onward voter 3's ID change. Voter 3's ID change, right? You can see 616. But the voter which are belongs to the Chennai, their ID are same. Okay, friends. That's the concept of reusability. Okay. So fundamental data types can be reusable. What it means, friend? We can reuse the fundamental data types. That's the thing, friend. Very simple. We can reuse the fundamental data types. That it means. Very simple, right? So I think it is clear to everyone, friends. This example is very clear to everyone. Nothing is there, friend. Nothing is there. Let me take this example also along with the code. So there will be the no chance of confusion. Okay. So let me paste this example here. Okay, along with code and output. Okay, it's code. Let me paste. Okay, so control X I will do, and I will paste here. What's the output? Output. Let me paste the output also. Okay, I think it is clear to everyone, friends. Is it clear, or do we have any confusion related to this? Do we have any confusion? So what's my conclusion is? My conclusion is all the fundamental data types are are what? Immutable. Immutable, right? If fundamental data type, if suppose the condition is fundamental data types are not immutable, what will happen? Suppose it is not immutable. Those data type fundamentals are not immutable in nature. What will happen? Definitely, this Chennai will be replaced by Hyderabad. Now all the voters will be pointing toward the Hyderabad. Now suppose voter 3 change its value, then Hyderabad. Now voter 2 shifting to another city or migrating to the another city, definitely change in city. Means all will enjoy the different city. Okay. That will definitely create a big problem, right? So to handle this kind of problem, what we did, we keep the fundamental data type. What Python people did, they keep the fundamental data type as a mutable, right? Immutable, right? So I think it is very clear. Okay, let me talk about other data types. Okay, now we just come with the fundamental data types, right? And now our final conclusion was all the fundamental data type are immutable in nature, right? So what about the other data types? What about the other data type? Let me check one by one. Now what about the other data type? So let me check one by one. So let me take other data type example. So let me start with the list. Whether the list is mutable or immutable already covered, but I want to check whether the list is reusable or not reusable. Let me check whether the list is reusable or not reusable. Okay, from yesterday's example, everyone come to know that list is a mutable. Okay, so let me take the same thing again. Suppose this is a list L, right? So list L value is, let's suppose, double one, double two, double three. Let's say these are the values: double one, double two, double three. These are the values, right? Correct. Okay. So what I will do, this is a L1. Let's suppose name is L1. Now L2 value is same. Okay, double one, double two, double three, right? Now let me take another list L3. Let me take another list L3. L3 is equals to double one, double two, right? Double two, double three, same list I want to repeat. Now let me check whether it is can we reuse the list? Means is it possible that this is a list object L1, L2 and L3? Okay, is it addressed independently, or is it pointing towards the same object? Let me check, is it pointing towards the same object, or it will pointing towards the different object? That I want to check. That is called the reusability concept. Okay, let me check that. So what I will do, I will put this situation, whatever the example I want to commit. L1 is equals to, let me, that is L1 list 1 is equals to double one, double two, double three. Then list 2 is L2 is equals to double one, double two, double three, right? L3 is equals to, what happened with this screen? Okay, no problem. L3 is equals to 11 22 33, right? Now let me check ID, print ID of L1, right? Let me print ID of L1, print ID of L2, ID of L2, print ID of L3, ID of L3, right? Let me check. So what I will do, I will execute the same code again, okay? You can see, friend, you can see the IDs are different, okay? What it means, friend? List objects are not reusable. What it means, friends? List objects are not reusable. Is it very clear? You can see different memory locations are there. This is a L1 memory location. This one is a L1, right? This one is a L2 object memory location. This one is a L3 list object memory location. So locations are different. That means what? That means lists are immutable, mutable in nature. Lists are mutable. List can be changed. Object, whenever you declare the list, definitely there will be the change in object. That's why lists are mutable in nature. Okay, there is a no reusability concept in the list. There is no reusable. We cannot reuse the list. Okay, because what is the if you compare, what we come to know, L1 different memory location, L2 different memory location, L3 different memory location. What it means? It is not using the same object. What it means? It is not using the same object, right? Different object it is using. Different object it is using, right? So let me mention this thing so that this is a L1, right? This is L1. So this is L1 memory location, correct? Okay, L1. This is L2. Let me paste L2. This is L2 memory location. So that, right, L2 memory location, and this one is a L3 memory location. So let me paste, right? Correct. Okay. You can see different memory location is time. Means what? L is not pointing, L2 is not pointing toward this one, right? Is it pointing toward the this? Not pointing. Is it L3 pointing toward the same object? Not pointing. Different memory locations are utilized. That means waste of memory. But in case of fundamental data types, we require one object. If I want to duplicate, okay, simple one object is required. So all the variables will be pointing towards the one object only. That's the difference. So list is a mutable in nature, and it is not reusing the same object. It is the objects are created independently. How the objects are created? Independently. Very simple, friends. So this is another example, right? So for your reference sake, I will put this example, right? So that right. Let me copy paste this example, right? This is a list example. Okay. Again, let me copy the code also so that you can practice properly. This is your code. Okay. Right. This is your code. Second, let me reduce the size. Is it okay, friends? Any confusion? Any confusion? Is it okay? Is it okay to everyone? Any confusion? So this is the comparison. Means just I talk about the fundamental data types and list difference. Okay. So it is very easy to understand mutability and immutability. I just go in deep, right? So that's why, right, that this kind of concept is not in even books also, right? So whatever I referred online or whatever the videos I saw or whatever the experience I gained from that, I just discuss this concept mutability and immutability is okay. So no problem. Uh, let me talk about new concept. So up to this we have covered, friends. Up to this we have covered 5 data types. Okay, 5 fundamental data types. Okay, so what are the fundamental data types? Name with name, integer, float, complex, then bool, string. Right? These are the fundamental data types. 5 in number. Total 5. Right? Those are absolutely immutable in nature. They can't be changed. Okay, once you declare, object will be created. They can't be changed. Okay, now let me cover other data types. Okay, let me cover other data. What are other data type? List, then tuple, list, tuple, then set. Listen carefully, friends. Set, then frozen set, right? Frozen set, then dict, right? Dict, range, then bytes and byte array. Friends, these are other data types. These are other data types, friends. So let me talk about the list, friends. Let me talk about the list. So initially in this lecture, I will talk about the list, but I will just introduce you about the list, right? What I will do in some in this session, I will just introduce about the list, and I will introduce about other data types. Okay, other data types. These are the other data types. Definitely, definitely in the future we will talk in detail about these other data types, friends. We will talk in detail about the list, but let me just introduce the things to you, right? Let me just introduce the things to you in very less time, but in future I will talk about this list in detail. I will talk about this tuple in detail in future, but let me talk one by one, just for your understanding sake, one basic understanding sake, friend, right? So let me talk about the list. Okay, so anything which is enclosed in a square bracket, friends. What is list? Anything which is enclosed in the square bracket is called as a list. Okay, so what data types are allowed inside the list? Okay, inside the list you can take multiple data types. Let me take integer value, or you can take float value 10.1, or you can take string value, right? Let me take string value Rama. Okay, you can take the string value, or you can take boolean value, right? Or you can take, right, you can any data types, or you can take complex value 10 plus 10j, right? So any fundamental data types you can take together, or you can take individually, right? You can take together or you can take individually. So that is possible in case of the list, friends, right? So this is a list represented by any variable you can use to represent the list. Please unmute. Someone mic is okay. Now it is muted. Okay. So you can take any data type inside the list. Okay, any data type. Any data type you can mention into the square bracket, that is called as a list. Any combination is possible. Either you can use the same, either you can use the same data type, fundamental data type, or you can use the mixture of fundamental data type. That is also acceptable. Or you can mention the list inside the list also. No problem. So any combination is possible inside the list. Right, friends? But what about the list? List is a mutable in nature, right? Object are not reuse. Okay, we will create each time different objects are not reusable. That's the thing about the list, friends. we already discussed in the previous right, in just couple of before couple of some minutes, right? We just discussed those things. So this is a list. So any combination is possible. So what is list, friend? In simple word, if we want to represent, friend, listen carefully, if we want to represent group of value, right, group of value as a single entity, right, as a single entity where insertion order is preserved. Okay, what I say, where the insertion order is preserved. So definitely whatever I mention in the list, they have that entity, that things have some order, right? This 10 have some order, this 10.1 have some order. Okay, order is preserved. True has some order, 10 plus 10j has some order, right? So that is called as, friend, that is called as list. Okay, if you want to represent a group of value as a single entity where insertion order is preserved, right, duplicates objects are also allowed. We can take the same object. Let me take 10 again here, I can take 10 again here. Okay, no problem, duplicates are allowed. Okay, any type of data type, fundamental data type I can mention, right? And it is a collection, right? It is a group of the values, any values having some order. Okay, this 10 have some order. Let me take same thing in this one second, let me take the same thing here also, second, so that the things will be very clear. Okay, so let me take that also. Let me increase the font. So let me take 722, right? One second, right. Let me improve the font and 36. Okay, no problem. Okay, this is a L1, friends. Listen carefully. This is a L1 list, right? L1 list where there is a order. Order means positive indexing. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Order is preserved here, friends. Negative indexing is also possible. -1, -2, -3, -4. Already you have the idea about the negative indexing also, friends. Very simple. Same thing is applicable here also. Okay, it is a group of value, right? Duplicate objects are allowed. You can say 10 is repeated here also. You can see 10 is repeated here also. So any number of duplicate objects you can mention in the list. So right, so this is the basic definition of list, friend. Basic, very simple and basic definition of the list. Okay, so let me execute the code, right? Let me execute this code. One second, Control C. So let me paste the code here, and this single quote, let me mention, right, this is the single quote. Now it's okay. So let me print it. Let me print L. I'm going to print the list. Print type. Let me print the type. Let me print the type, right? Type of L. Type of L. This L. Let me print all those things. So right here I will print. Okay, you can see what's the type, friends. What's the type? Class list. What's the type? Class is a list, right? So let me access any value. Let me access this Rama, friends. Let me access this word Rama, right? How I can access? By using negative indexing or by using the positive indexing. If I consider this positive index, okay, positive index, that is 2. What is the positive index? 2. What is the negative index? -4. I can access by both the way. How? I will tell you. Okay, so I want to access. So I will write print. I want to access, right, list with the location. Square bracket, I have to specify the location. So by positive indexing, so +2 location, +2 location, or you can remove the +2, simply write the 2. Okay, that is also acceptable, right? So let me print the value of the location 2. Okay, so let me print that value. Very simple. You can see the answer is Rama, right? The answer is Rama. By positive indexing, you can access. Now by using negative index, Now by using the negative index, you can access. Okay, friends, what's the negative index value? Can you see here? -4 is the negative index value. So just mention the -4 here. Okay, just mention -4 here. Okay, let me mention, let me execute the code. Let me execute the code. You can see again Rama is the answer. Correct? Is it understandable, friend? Is it understandable? Very simple example, right? Very simple example. Nothing is there. Okay, this is example and this is a code. Okay, for your reference sake. So it is a list, friend. And just previously you have just discussed that list is a immutable in nature. Okay, the list is a mutable in nature. Sorry, the list is a mutable in nature, where the objects are not reusable. We are not going to reuse the object. We are not going to reuse the object. Means what? Every time different object will be created. What it means, friend? Every time the different object will be created. That is the meaning, friend. So it is output, right? It is the output of the list. So everyone know understands the definition of list. Definition of the list. Okay. So this is output. You can, I can use another color. Okay, other color also. This is output. Okay. I think it is very so let me write the definition of the list. Definition of the list, so that the things will be very clear. Soon I will conduct, no problem. Let me cover the necessary important topics, then I will take the quiz. Okay, so no problem. If we want to represent, group of values where duplicates are allowed, right? Duplicates are allowed. Different data types or other data types, are allowed, or and right, having order. Which type of order? Positive or negative, right? Positive or negative. That is called as, that is within, friends, one word, within square bracket, within square bracket. That is called as, called as list. Very simple sentence to understand, right? So insertion order is also preserved. Okay, having order means what, friends? The insertion order is preserved, right? Order is fixed or not, friends? Whatever the order I mention here, the order is fixed now. Whatever the order I mention here, order is very fixed. Okay, it is fixed. That's why what I say, the insertion order is fixed. Okay, so by this order you can call any variable. Suppose I want to call this imaginary value, I can. Suppose I want to call this float value, I can, right? I can easily call. So that is called as a list. Okay, friends. So that is all about the list, friends, right? That is all about the list. And one thing I want to tell you, one thing also I want to tell you about the list. List is a growable in nature. I can improve the size. I can increase the size of the list also, or I can decrease the size of the list also, friends. If I want to increase the size of the list, I can easily increase. Okay, so how I can increase? Let me give you some example. Suppose this is L, so just type L dot. Suppose I want to add some value inside the list. So what I will write, the function name is append. Append will add the value inside the list. Now let me append the 555 value, friends. What I want to do, I want to add some value inside the list. Is it possible or not possible? Let me check, right? So list is a growable in nature. Okay, another point is also there. List is a growable in nature. List is growable or changeable. Changeable is a proper word. Changeable, changeable, changeable in nature, right? Changeable in nature. We can change the list size also. How we can, let me show you with the example. Now what I want to do, I want to append this triple five value inside the list. Okay, now let me try whether I am successful or not, right? You can see, friends, triple five value, I can you can see triple five is value is there, right? There is triple five value, means what? I am just inserted the triple five value at last in the list. Okay, so this is called as a growable in nature. That is called as a list is growable in nature. Okay, so friend, is it clear? Is it clear to you? Okay, so this is just basic introductory part of the list. Definitely in future we will go in detail. We will talk about in detail about the list. Okay, but simplicity sake, yes, that is also possible. That is also possible, friend. That is also possible. Now let me check. In middle, I want to insert one value. Let me check. Let me check the possibility. So what I will do, L of Rama. Rama's location is a +2. L of Rama 2 is equals to, right, Rama. I want to replace by this word by, right, Mama. Right, let me check, right? I want to do this thing, Rama with Mama, right? Is it possible or not possible? Let me check. You can see, yes, it is possible. Right, in middle I can. So definitely I will go in detail. I will talk in detail about the list, but initially just think about up to this. I will definitely, I am just introducing you about the data types, the Python's inbuilt data types and Python's fundamental data. That's my target. But in future session I will go in detail about the list. I will talk in detail about the list, in detail about the every data type. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, because our course is about 3 months. Okay, 3 to 3.5 or 3.4 months course. That course is about 4 months, you can consider. So everything you will get, everything, every detail. Okay, that is my target. Okay, so don't be hurry. Whatever we cover, just do the practice or just listen it properly and just do the practice, right? That is I am expecting only here in this session. Okay, so other things we will discuss in next session. Okay, so for today's session it is sufficient, I think. In next session we will meet for the continuation.